And here she is, the woman of the conversation today. There she is. I gotta get it touched up again. This has been here for a long time, but let's get into this story, guys. Let's go.
Yo, what is up, guys? Let me show you what we have here today. We got some Chinese food. We got some chicken, teriyaki chicken, white rice, chow mein with some jalapenos, guys. Let's get
no gangs, no prisoners, baby. Look at that. What the hell? They can try, but they'll never take.
What is up? What is up? Welcome back to tasteemotivetv, man. Today, we got some Chinese food. You saw what it is. You saw what it was. Let's get it in. So yeah, guys, we're about to get it in, man. Today we're gonna talk about paranormal experience. I'm in my car right now. I'm kind of like far from the crib, so I said I haven't ate, so I'm like, let's do a mukbang, park somewhere. I'm in the passenger seat because with the passenger seat I get better, it's a better angle. I can hold the food like this and we can talk, you know. Let's go ahead and give this a shot, guys. I haven't tried this place before. Okay. Try rice in my car. Because I'm hella clumsy. Okay, rice is good. Chicken's tender, moist, flavorful. So is the chow mein. Pretty good, guys. Anyways, so let's get right into it. The paranormal experience is it's gonna be in relation to a relative, and it was pretty weird. So about 10 years ago, so about 9 years ago, my grandma passed away, guys, and she passed away in hospice in my in the home of my mother. Okay, you know, it was a real, you know, traumatic position for me. I was a lot younger. You know, it was really hard for me. You know, my grandmother always gave me that comfort. That grandmother comfort, man, that it can never be replaced. You know what I mean? And so she had passed away, and in the house and everything, she was gone. And I remember, like, you know, like for the first 2 months, for like the first 2 months, my mom would tell me, and she'd call me and she'd tell me like, oh, that weird things were happening around the house, and I was just like, I didn't pay no mind to it, you know. I mean, not that I didn't pay no mind to it, but my mom was going through a lot, so, you know, I just thought that, you know, it was just my mom just missing my grandma so much, you know. So in my mom's house, she used to have this vase, a long vase, like 3 foot. No, wait, like 2.5 feet. Then it had like decoration, you know, those like thin wooden sticks that you put in there for like decoration. They go everywhere. She used to have that vase in the living room. Hella good, guys. And she used to have that vase in the living room, And I remember one time I went over, it was me, my grandpa, my mom, and my aunt, my madrina. And we were chilling. We're chilling in the living room, guys. Posted up, talking, having a good time. And I remember the vase was to my left, like the sofas were right here. The vase was in front of us. And I remember, like, I remember seeing like the vase move, right? Like a little bit like that. But it wasn't nothing too dramatic. It was just more, it was very like, just very slow. Like, I barely noticed it. And I shook it off and I thought I was tripping, dude. Some more time passed on. And then out of nowhere, dude, the vase started going like this, right? And it started going like this. Like that. Boom, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I look at it and I told my grandpa, look, look. And then he's like, oh, like, he's like, what the hell? And my mom was like, oh my God. And it went like that. And then it went do, and it went stopped. And I said, what the hell, Mom? She's like, I told you. Oh my God, it's my mom. It's my mom. Mom, you're here. My mom said. And then, so we tripped out, dude. I tripped out. Honestly, it low-key kind of scared me, you know, because I was just like, what the hell? Like, dude, to see something move like that, it was incredible, you know. It was like there was no one around it. There was no earthquake. There was no shaking. There was no, there was nothing that could have caused that to do that. We were all sitting down. Everything was fine. So we tripped out, and everyone, we were all, I mean, my mom was, you know, kind of like happy. She swore it was my grandma. She had told me, see, I told you guys, you guys don't believe me, I told you. She kept telling us. So then, so that happened, and then I kind of like, you know, kind of brushed it off. And let's fast forward, and I went to spend the night at my mom's house. Probably like a month later, I stopped by, spend the night because we're gonna go out. All of us were gonna go out somewhere together. I don't know where we were going to, like somewhere. Man, I don't remember, but it was gonna be easier for all of us to be in the same house and just leave. So, dude, I remember I'm sitting inside. I'm sitting in the living room. And the kitchen was to my right. Okay, so I'm sitting right here, right? And it's to my right. My mom used to have like the dishes in that little rack on top of the sink, you know, dish rack. And I remember chilling there. And boom, a cup falls off, falls out and falls on the ground. And I'm like, what? And I look and I get up, there's a cup on the floor. And I'm like, what the hell? I look around, I'm like, all right, put it back. Now, further to the right of that, there's a pantry, okay, where everything's kept, like, you know, cans, etc., blah, blah. And, so, I go back and I sit down, and I go and sit down, and it, like, about, maybe like an hour had passed, and then, you know, I was getting ready to go to sleep. I had the TV on when that first cup fell, so I heard it, because miraculously it was glass, it didn't break. It's kind of weird. So I heard that because of the glass. So I turned everything off, and I was gonna sleep in the living room. There was no room for everybody. So I'll just sleep in the living room, ain't true. So I'm laying there, dude, right, with my head on the couch. Oh, let me get some more water. Water cup light. Okay. And then I'm laying there. And then I hear like almost like the cabinet open, dude. The cabinet open. I get like a weird sound, bro. Like, and then I hear something fall, like something soft, like fall, like that. At this point, I'm kind of tripping out. I was kind of tripping out, like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, and I stood there for like 2 minutes. Then I finally got up, and there was a loaf of bread on the floor, okay? And this was, you know, in the cabinet, the pantry was like not open all the way, but it was like slight open, you know, like weird and shit, like cracked. And I'm like, what the fuck? At that point, I got kind of scared. I'm not even gonna lie. You know, because it was like, I felt like something was like, I don't know what it was or what. I was low-key tripping. Dude, I picked up the bread. I went on hit my mom up. Hey, I told my mom, this is what's going on. She's like, I'm telling you, these things have been happening. I don't know. Just don't be scared. Don't be scared about it. You know, it's gonna be all right. Don't worry about it like that. It means no harm. That's probably your grandma. And then she said, making a sandwich. So, night goes on, nothing else happens. It was very weird. Because from time to time, my grandma was a heavy smoker, guys. She was a heavy smoker, okay? She smoked a lot of cigarettes. And it would be weird because from time to time, it would smell like cigarette in the house. Weird, dude. Hella weird. And it happened to me. It happened to almost all of us, dude. That all of us experienced. Alright, my bad. Phone cut off. But it will happen to all of us, you know. And it will happen to all of us. And I feel like let me tell you, a lot of this stuff happened for like the first, I'll say like 4 years, guys. There's little things that would happen around the house. I would really have to ask my mom more of the stuff that would happen because obviously I wasn't there all the time. But I feel like my grandma's presence was there. You know, what are your thoughts on this? On relatives who die in the house and then come back? Not for say to haunt, but they stick around, you know. What is your opinion on this, guys? You know, this was really a trippy experience for me. I've never seen nothing move like that in my life by itself. So to me, it was a new experience, you know. To me, it was a new experience, so I think it was my grandma. Now, for whatever reason, it only lasted like 4 years and stopped. There's been things here and there, lights turning off, lights turning on, music, the radio turning on, turning off, but it's been very scarce. It hasn't been like the intensity that it used to be, you know. So you guys give me your thoughts below. Let me know if you've ever encountered something like that before in your house, something, you know, a visitor in your house like that. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. You know, tell me your experiences if you have any, what your thoughts on are, why this was happening, and then why did it slow down. Let's give me your thoughts on that, guys. Okay, we're done here. It's been your boy Tasty Motive. All right, and we're gonna call it a wrap for the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh, there's my grandma. Peace.